Good morning, everyone. It's Conrad from ConradRocks.net. Got a late start today. There's people mowing, kids playing. It's hot, but I'm in a shade. You know, I'm in the shade of a mesquite tree. Something interesting about mesquite trees. Digging deep here. They came to Texas. The Spaniards would put mesquite beans in their bucket, they would feed the horses that, and as they came north, of course, the horses did what they do. And now we have mesquite trees, and they don't have a lot of leaves. They're kind of like weeds out here in Texas. And, however, I'm in the shade of one. So, you know what? Sometimes you may think that your ministry, and if you're a Christian, you're in ministry, you want to make an effect. You want to have an effect on people. And you may think that, hey, you're not producing fruit. People may think of you as a weed. There's the wheats and the tares, the wheat and the tares, or the weeds and the wheat. And, however, I'm getting shade from this thing. Pretty cool. Listen, I need some prayer. Susan and I, we had a couple of dreams recently. I'll reveal mine to you. And we're going through a transition. Something's happening. I believe we're at one of those signposts without a sign. How do I put this? It's like we're waiting for how when you're driving up to a stop sign, you slow down, you start looking left and right. It's kind of where we're at right now. We need to hear from God. And sometimes, when you're so in the middle of things, when you're so wrapped up in it, you're so concerned, you wonder if you're actually hearing from God, or is God not saying anything? Sometimes he doesn't say anything. You remember in Samuel, there was no word, there was no vision. Sometimes he just wants you to figure it out. Like you're old enough to get the milk out of the fridge now. You don't have to keep asking God if you can go get some milk. Sometimes we're at a level where he doesn't care where you live, just as long as you're doing this, A, B, or C. So we don't know. We just need some prayer. If you could lift us up in prayer. I'm going to tell you this dream I had. And maybe you can give me an interpretation. I kind of know. But I'm going to share it with you. It was an afternoon dream, and it shook me to my core. I was taking a nap, and in this dream, I was with Susan, and there was this child, but the child wasn't really a big part of the dream. I just knew it was there, and I knew I was responsible for our safety, and we're on the shore of this lake or ocean. It felt like a lake, like the Great Lakes. And I saw this really ominous black cloud. This storm was coming. It was coming. It was threatening. And silly me, I thought, well, let's dig a foxhole. I don't know. Keep in mind, I'm in a dream. I'm not really thinking that straight. So I'm digging a foxhole in this sand, and then I see the storm surge coming. You know how when a storm is coming, there's this surge of water. And I'm like, well, this is going to fill the foxhole up, and it's not going to make any sense. I mean, we're not going to be protected. So I look up on the shore, and I realize I need to get away from this storm surge, or from this storm. And I get behind a tree like this. There's these trees. And so we're hiding behind a tree, and I'm like, this tree is not going to be very much protection from this storm. If we have tornadoes or a hurricane and I'm behind this tree, it's not going to be much of a storm. So I found, as I went just a little bit more inland from the water, there was a wall. And this wall was not completely a house. It was just a wall. And there was someone already there. And this wall had a door, and this bench was across the front of the door for some reason. In other words, the door wasn't used. Obviously, you could just walk around, but... So we're getting behind this wall, and we see that that's the breast protection from the storm that's coming. And I'm talking to this lady, and it reminded me of a mausoleum. I don't know why, but she says, yeah, someone's supposed to be buried here on this bench by the door. For some reason, I just had that thought. And then I woke up. So there's my dream. There's my dream. I don't know what it means. But one thing that's cool is the storm never actually came, It never actually came in my dream. I woke up before it came. So, anyway, guys, it's hot today. Hope you're blessed. Send me your dream interpretations, Conrad at conradrocks.net. Put dream in the subject matter so I know what it's about. Conrad at conradrocks.net. That's my PayPal. That's my prayer requests. Also, good to hear Steve Tsunami on Twitter. Steve, the missionary to Japan from holyfirejapan.com. He's okay. He went to the doctor, came back. Doesn't seem to be anything serious. So thank you for praying for him. Spreading Joy, spreading-joy.org. Please check her out. She's having a back-to-school project where she gives the kids backpacks and back-to-school supplies, and that's coming up really quickly. Also, Friday, there's an interview I did with a person that was demon-possessed, and he got delivered. So check that out. That'll be Friday at 7:30 in the morning. God bless you. Till we meet again, dig deeper. Go higher.